I'm back. Back in Vancouver, feeling really tired. Yeah, I've been back for a few days, I know, but I'm still really tired. We really burned every day to the ground, really, while we were there in Hawaii. For anybody who's just kind of tuning in now, just got back from Hawaii with a client of mine who wanted to make sure he got his training in. And didn't disappoint. We got lots of swimming in, which is something that you pretty much have to do in Hawaii, right? Lots and lots of swimming in. And tried to mix things up, make things interesting. One night we were actually down on the beach, and you know how the sand slopes towards the water? Well, we were using that slope as our incline-decline bench and doing push-ups. And whenever I do push-ups, personally, I always try to touch my nose to the ground to make sure I'm getting as low as I can. And so I was doing the same thing because it's habit. And I guess an hour later we discovered that I'd been walking around the streets of Honolulu with sand on my nose. I didn't even know it. Oops. Getting all passionate about getting my push-ups done. I forgot to clean my nose off afterwards. I didn't realize I'd got sand on it at all, really. So that was kind of fun. And we climbed Diamond Head one day, and we made it up there in 16 minutes, basically because I was just like head to the ground, or like head down and walking up. Like, that was it. We're going to go. We're not going to stop. Yeah, there's lots of pretty sights to see, but we can see those on the way down. So let's just put our heads down and get the work done. And had I known it was such an easy path, because it was a pretty easy path, I was expecting something similar to the Grouse Grind here in Vancouver, which is pretty brutal. But it's a fairly tall little mountain, so I kind of thought that it would be sort of similar. And it was pretty easy. The only thing that would have stopped me from running it was the fact that it was a really uneven terrain and lots of tourists in the way too. So had I known it was going to be as easy as it was, I probably would have run during the concrete part of the path, at least. But we walked the whole thing. We made it in 16 minutes flat. So did a pretty good job. I asked my client if he would have made it up that fast if he wasn't chasing my tail the whole way, and he said no, probably not. So, you know, mission accomplished. But here's a little piece of footage from our, once we got to the top, I took a little bit of footage, and I was feeling pretty proud of ourselves at that point for doing it in 16 minutes. But looking back, I think we probably could have done it a lot faster. But anyway, take a look at this.
In the background, there's nobody behind you.
I actually got a really good one.
16 minutes. Yeah, so the other thing I noticed too when we were climbing Diamond Head was that, like I said, there was a lot of tourists in the way, but they were in the way. They were going real slow, huffing and puffing, and, you know, I don't know what they were expecting, but I know that nobody passed us. We did it in 16 minutes, like I keep saying, but nobody passed us, and we passed every single person that was in front of us on the way up. And I'm here to say, come on, North America, what's your problem? That is not a hard path. And what is it? Why is it? You know, people were like getting close to the top. People were like, "Oh, you're almost there! You're almost there!" Like it was some kind of hard thing. And I was just like, "Wow, do people really think this is that big a deal? That big a climb?" So I was a bit sort of disappointed in a way in North America, in tourists, in the fact that people can't get up this thing without really stopping. They stopping every 20 steps and huffing and puffing. They've got the walking stick with them, and you know, I mean, gee, I wish North America was in better shape. You know, and not limited to North America. There was lots of tourists there. I don't know if everybody was North American, but come on, people, let's get in shape. You have way more fun climbing Diamond Head if you are. And anyway, we also I spent a lot of time making sure I did cartwheels pretty much everywhere I could do them. Cartwheels here, cartwheels on this beach, cartwheels on the North Shore, cartwheels in, you know, on Waikiki Beach, cartwheels walking down the streets of Honolulu, wherever I could find a lawn, I was doing cartwheels. Looking back at the footage though, wow, my form sucks. I'll show you a couple of little bits here. So yeah, my form's pretty bad. My legs aren't straight. And it's funny because every single time I did a cartwheel, I thought my legs felt straight. And I can only chalk that up to the fact that I still have bum hamstrings. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're better than they used to be, but they're still not perfect, and they may never be perfect. So while I felt my legs were straight, I think my hamstrings were impeding that for the most part. But doing cartwheels in Hawaii, you know what? Whether my legs are straight or not, it was still fun. So we found lots and lots of ways to move around. But because I really just kind of got back a few days ago, and I really am still really swamped trying to catch up on stuff because we didn't really have a whole lot of internet access where we were. I have a lot of things to catch up on and clients to see and stuff like that, and get things rolling again. So I'm not gonna stay here much longer. Let you go and have a great weekend, and we'll see you again next week. Hopefully back to normal and all caught up. Anyway, take care. Have a good one.